Hey everyone, this is Professor Lucien. This is for my spring 2022 483 Occupational Safety Management students. You have other videos you can refer to do this semester project. I read all of your comments, appreciate your honesty, but I'm going to have to refer back to some of the things I had talked about earlier in the semester just to make sure we all get in the same mindset, I should say, to do this project. So I'm going to get to it in a moment. Just want you all to know that under the semester project, it's located under week 8 semester project. We started it last week. I think on week 8, I also have some demo videos from fall of 2021. This first week stuff was pretty much right in line with that. I'm going to be combining the binder in the update from now on, just to make it simple, one submission. We'll cover the quiz at some point, but, yeah, you guys missed a lot of the things that Jim had covered, but we'll get to it. So here's the semester project. So here's the actual assignment itself. If you haven't opened it, open it, read it. It's pretty straightforward. Here is the data set that we're going to be analyzing for this project, if you haven't already looked at it. Here is the in-lecture description. So this is just some additional information to get you. So if you want to watch the original series that I created, you start here. It's the overview video. It explains this whole project. But this document right here that says new 43 assistants, this is what you really want to be using. This will guide you through the whole project. I'm going to open it because I'm going to be referring to it in this video. So this is with that first page. I've been using this in lecture. Now, one thing that I had noted is that in your homework is that a lot of you were confused, anxious, stressed, didn't feel it was very helpful for me to demonstrate and talk about it. Every semester I get students liking some things, disliking other things. That's the way this project goes, and that's why I always question whether I should keep doing it, but then students use it to get jobs, so makes me feel like I should keep teaching it. A lot of you have said that you haven't used Excel since high school or never at all. Well, here's your chance. And the other thing is with this class, couple things. One is, I had talked about in lecture 1, I want you to be an active learner. That means not sitting back and waiting for me to give you the information or put your hand to keyboard or tell you exactly what to do. That you take the initiative to seek out what needs to be done, to be actively seeking what's coming up, what more can I do? And one of those things include you looking through all the documents when I post them and reading them and asking me questions. Some of you have been doing that, and I thank you for that, keeping me on my toes. Others, I know you're sitting back because here I posted the work I did in lecture on Tuesday, March 8th. I saw that some of you, this is what you turned in this week. I could tell because there was a highlighted box in the descriptive table that there's no reason you would do that. I did it because I was demonstrating how to color things, and I was discussing that particular aspect. But you all need to start doing it. So I'm not going to be doing this anymore for you. I'm not going to give you the answers. I'm going to show you the answers through my demonstration. I'm going to do it my way and explain it my way. And you got to figure it out. You know, too often you all don't get the opportunity to figure things out on your own. The instructor, the professor does it for you, and then you just have to replicate. So you're going to have to figure this out now. So that means you're going to have to put in a lot of hours, a lot of mistakes. And I'm willing to meet with you online to help. You have to also learn to ask questions when you don't understand something, and ask good questions. State what you're working on, what you've tried, what isn't working, provide screenshots, explain it to me. Some people sent me some emails this weekend. I have no idea what they're talking about. So I don't know how to answer. And I can tell you're frustrated, but I mean, I told you from the beginning, this is tough, but once you learn it, it is very valuable to your career. All right, let's open this up. So I'm going to be doing basically what I did last week, but I got to start somewhere, and I want to have a base document at which I'm building everything from. And as soon as it opens, I can bring it over. All right, I guess I could leave. I'll leave that open. So it's because there's some things that I want to talk about here too. And that is, I hope everybody has at least taken some time to look and read these things. Oh, the filter is still on there. So what kind of what kind of workplace is it? Because what's the project about? You're a loss control specialist. Your boss is like, hey, here's an account. I want you to do analysis of this data, and tell me, put together a report for what we should bring to this company to improve the performance of the safety program. So it's a healthcare organization. Here's the NAICS code. Why is that valuable? Well, you can look up NAICS code online and find out other information about the industry, type of injuries they have, the cost of them, maybe, things like that. In 2022, they have an annual, I'm going to say adjusted premium of $1 million, and their EMR this year is 0.86. That 0.86 is based on the EMR itself is approximately equal to actual claims divided by expected claims. Now, it's not a perfect because the expected is approximately 40%, of the premium. And it's the unadjusted premium. Let's put that 40% of the unadjusted premium. How do we figure out the unadjusted premium? We take equal sign as the function, equal 1 million, 123, divided by 0.86. So before the EMR was factored in, this was the base premium. The base premium being a summation, so it's base premium, which is calculated by Wisconsin Credit Rating Bureau, is a sum of the rate, policy, class code. So I'm going to say class code rate times by payroll divided by $100. Okay, that's what it is. The sum. So all the different class codes, you take that rate, multiply it times whatever the company paid for payroll, divided by 100. You add up each individual rate line, and that's what gives you the base premium. You multiply the base premium by the EMR, and you get the annual premium, which is here. So 0.86 times this would give you about $1 million. That's approximate, of course, and this is also a simple approximation. For more information, go to the WCRB website. You can find more information on how they calculate the EMR and what they have set up for the class codes. In class, I had looked at these. We'll refer to that later. Let's go to the master. So we don't molest the master. I sorted by the first claim of 2015 all the way through the last claim of 2021. So it's our master tab. We're going to create a descriptives tab. Descriptive stats. And these are the descriptors that are interesting to kind of define the data set itself, because not every data set is the same. I do expect you to look through and read what the different columns are. A column is a variable within a claim. A claim is someone got hurt, and this is what was charged, or what is anticipated to be charged. So for my work, I like to work in Arial, or I like the font to be Arial because it's a sans serif font. That's better for me. I also would kind of like things to be centered. I like that too. You can do it as you wish. Yeah, the descriptives, I'm going to push that to the left. So I just did some alignment. You can do text wrapped, you can do merge and center. These are all things you can do. I want you to play around. Make it look the way you want it, not how I do it. All right, so there's a few things I need to add, as you all know. First of all, I need to add my unique identifier. I'm just going to call it ID. Let's see, that's an 11. I'm going to turn that to like a 9. What is this? An 8. So we're working with Arial 8 now. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. We know from class there's 717. I need to do date of injury. I need to do the year of injury. Insert. And this is going to be calendar year, which we're just going to go by CY versus fiscal year, because it starts starts January and goes through December. So this is 2015. So if I was just to type 2015 and didn't do the click and drag, put it over the bottom, it's going to, it did it all the same. Okay, well, usually you have to put 2 in a row. Make sure you check it when you're doing it. So what I'm doing is I am looking over here just to see and make sure that the year that's in that date matches the one I'm building. I'm glad that Excel fixed this one issue. It's going to save me time. Oh, a little bit fast. But your version may be a little bit different. So make sure you check it. Did you guys hear my dog moan? He's got such a tough life. Just sits in my other desk chair and looks out the window while I work. Right, Humphrey? He's deaf. Okay. Like literally. He's literally a non-hearing dog. All right, I think this is the last year. Yep, all right, that's all taken care of. Next thing, I need to build the total paid because they don't provide that. Interesting, right? What do they provide? Well, we've got, so here's the policy class code that I was talking about previously. So each policy class code has a rate attached to it that's assigned by the Wisconsin Credit Rating Bureau or whatever state you're in. They set that up to calculate the base premium, and then they calculate EMR. You multiply those two together, and you get the adjusted premiums, which is what the companies actually build. Jurisdiction, no big deal. Accident location we'll investigate later, whether it's medical indemnity. Medical only means, well, either nothing was paid or there is no indemnity paid. Indemnity means their wages or maybe some PT or something like that. You can read about LAE yourself. The reserve is what they say it could end up being. If you remember our guest lecture from the state of Wisconsin, they had talked about how they assign numbers in here, and it's an accounting. So the difference between paid and what's reserved becomes the total incurred. I don't use total incurred because I only like to use what's been realized, which is the paid stuff. One of our guest speakers from the state had indicated that's the same thing he does. I agree with it. Let's just use real money that's been paid. Insert a column here. This is going to be my paid total. I think I said total paid before. It doesn't matter. Equal the sum of these three cells and do it all the way to the bottom for me. You know what? I'm going to turn this into current. Oh, I don't want to turn that into currency just yet. Not yet. Let's see. I'm going to copy the header and bring it down below. And I'm going to put in a space here. I'm going to actually leave 2 spaces because we need that there for when we use our filter to sort. All right. So let's bring over the help document. Hopefully these videos won't go as long. So the descriptive tab here explains this is what the table is going to look like. I'm just going to bring this over. And we got to do the count too. So copy. I want to do it so that these things line up. Yep. I'll clean that up in a moment. And go back to the other one, the help one, and I'll bring this over too. Copy. And right there. Okay. All right. So I've got abbreviations here. I would like everybody to please clean that up. So N is equal 717. That's the total number of claims. It goes from January of 2015 to December of 2021, which is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 7 years. So 7 years worth. Let's give this some more width. And I think what I'm going to do is copy, paste these down here. Nice. So this is going to be the benefit subtotal. This is the percent subtotal of paid total, which is right there. It's going to be right there. Bold these. It's at the top. Oh, I suppose I got to bring all this into the same font. It's still all Arial. So I brought over what the equations are we're going to be using. So you can use these as a guide. I'm going to retype them all. So this is the average paid per claim This is the median paid per claim of claims. I suppose that's better. The count of $0 claims. The paid only. So average only factoring paid claims. Maximum paid benefit claim. The percent, the max of subtotal, and the percent of $0 paid benefits. All right, let's get them, right? So we know that the data ranges. The paids here are going to be S, T, U, and V. And I know that the rows go from row 2 at the top all the way to row 718. So let's do some typing. Equals sum of S2 to S718. Oh, it showed up as money for me. That's nice. Click and drag it over. So you can click there and see what it highlights to make sure I've got the right thing. This is equal to the subtotal divided by, and I can type this or click on it, but if I click on it, I have to freeze it. So I'm going to do that. Hit return. It's a dollar value, so I got to turn it into a percentage. I'm just going to go with 1. So I got to go up here and I need to freeze that cell. If you're going to freeze a cell, you got to do both a dollar sign in front of the letter and number, and that worked out. This is the average S2 to S718. Hopefully you're all getting familiar with doing this. Equal the median S2 to S718. I'm clicking and dragging. Equal count if S2 to S718 is a 0. This is equal to the subtotal amount divided by the quantity 717, which is the total number, minus the $0 claims, because that would mean only paid claims. I don't know why that got off center. There we go. Equals a max S2, S17. I like it when the things pop up the way they do. The max percent is the max amount divided by the subtotal. It's already in percentages. That's nice. And the percent $0 claim is equal to the number of $0 claims divided by the total number, which is 717. Yep. Okay. So also I need to complete up here. I need to do the count if. This also needs to be shrunk to a font size of 8. Equal count if. We're in column AB, so it's AB2 to AB718. You can see it highlighted up there at the top. Comma, quotation, open. Equal count if. AB2 to AB718. Quotation mark closed. Make sure you spell it right. All right. Let's check our work. Make sure it's 717, and it is. Could you moan any louder, dog? Percent is equal to the count divided by 717. Just click right there. Count divided. Turn this into a percentage. Oops. What I want to do is center those. And then, I mean, we could actually create good-looking tables at this point, which is what you're all going to be doing. When you turn things in, I want you to make it look pretty. So this is format as a table. I can do a color. I can do black and white. I can do gray. I'm partial to green. Should we see what that looks like? That's kind of cool. Got to get rid of the arrows. So I go to data and filter. I got rid of it. It's kind of pretty, right? Kind of, not really. Okay. And this one. Oh, what I like to do is, sometimes what I like to do is color every other row. I think that looks kind of nice. And let's see here. I don't want the funky dark top. If I made that blue. That's kind of funky. It's cool. Get rid of the arrows down by going to data, clicking on filter. So this is where you would want to then put some comments together. Let's clean that up a little bit. You know, I'm not real thrilled with that. So I could highlight these cells, and in my home, under font, I could change it to black. You see, there's things you can do to manipulate, you know, to make it look the way you want it. But the important thing is, I'm all the same font. I'm all the same orientation. You know, I can make it so that everything fits nicely. I could distribute these evenly. Oh, I thought I could. Well, I suppose I can just do it by doing that. There. Now they're all distributed evenly. It's a good looking table. I can copy and paste this then to a Word document without having to fiddle with it much. That should be 8. And I wouldn't include that. That's just me putting that information there. So I've got a lot of information here, descriptive information about the data set right here. I've already got it. And I can change this if I want to. Let's see, data, table design. I can make it blue if I wanted. So I want you to be playing around with this stuff. Play with bolds, things like that. Play with font size, whatever you need to do. All right. At this point, I should really save my work. I'm going to do a save as. I'm going to put it where I keep a lot of my stuff, and that is on Dropbox.com. You download the Dropbox app. All the work I do is automatically updated. So I'm going to give it a good name. So this is, I'm going to call it 483 Loss Run Data Analysis Week 1 Work. Blue sheen. It's under Spring 22. Looks good. Hit save. Each week, you should you should do a different save as. Because if something becomes corrupted or you lose, you can go back to the week before and just build from it. Smart, right? All right, now I'm going to do the, this is going to be the distribution. It's going to be the same as before. I'm going to take my descriptives, copy and paste. And I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to delete everything down below. Because the table I created for you will count everything like up to 10,000. I just wanted to make one. And so let's go back over to that other document here and go to descriptive key. So this is what we're going to build. And we want to know, what is the quality of the data? Is it skewed or biased? Or does it meet normality standards? Consider, interpret based on all these things here. And that's what we're going to add to it to make it look cool. So we're going to move the dataset header to 105. Go back over, go to the top, click on the top thing, hit insert, and then I'm hitting Control Y, which is the repeat macro. And let's see, on the screen here, that's about 40, we're over 50, probably over 70, probably over 90, we're probably at about 100. Let's see. Uh-oh, it's still going. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to take off a lot, but that's okay. If it ever stops, there we go. So I want to get the header row to 109. Did I even get there? Oh, I did. So I got to go all the way down to 105. That wasn't too difficult. And one more. Header's at 105. First line of data is at 106. Go back over to my help document. 105, 106. Yeah, so I'm going to copy and paste this right here so the total count right here is directly above total paid. So I'm going to copy over from here. So I'm going to have to paste it two columns to the left of my total paid. Copy. See the highlights there. I'm going to go to my data. Total paid is here. So under T is where I'm going to put my cursor. T1, hit Control V to paste. It filled in. So I've got the total count, so it's a running total, and I've got the range. So for my total percent here, you can go back and read it. I'm going to basically go equal to the running total count divided by 717, because that's the total number. And this needs to be turned into a percentage. And then I can just double click and let it go down. after I center everything. And see, I get to 150. I'm already at 60% of my claims. And you can see down here it doesn't change much. And then I've got 20 claims, which represent about 2.8% of the total, are above 50 grand. I don't have any at 50 grand. The first one is at 43. Do you see how that kind of does it? So this is a running percentage. Now what we want to do is, I tried to make it so it would do that automatically. I just couldn't get it to work. It just, yeah, sorry about that. So that's why we have to do that. Little work, no problem. We're going to create a table, distribution table. And what I want to do is I want to do it by the range count, but we're not going to include 0 because that does mess things up. So I'm going to highlight from 500. So 0 to 500 is what that is, down to the bottom. And then I'm going to go insert, and I'm going to click on the bars. And I got to drag this up to the top. And you can see up above there, I can already make it look pretty if I want to, but all right, come on, come on. There's always a position that makes it go faster. We're almost there. I was going to play music, but I didn't. All right, I don't want to go over that. There we go. So my distribution, I made it big because then it's easier to put in the arrows and stuff. So want to add a title. This is our workers' compensation claim by paid total distribution. N equals 717. And I think we'll just say 2015 to 2021. So $0 claims not included. How many $0 claims? 96. So I'm going to say 96 $0 claims not included. Okay, that's already a count. The percent of that is 13.4%. Not included. So what is the, so there are 20 claims above, I'll say maybe greater than $50,000. And what percent was it? 2.8%. So this is where I could find out what percent that represents. I think I did that in class, but that was more or less just kind of fun to do. All right, why is this so weird? Yeah, okay. I could also turn this into bold. I can make this chart look cool by go to chart design, and I could do this, or I could do that, or I could do this. That's kind of wicked. I could do this. I could do that. I think that's what we were in. I got to make an X row though, don't I? So select data, and I need to edit the horizontal, which is going to be my 500. All the way to there. Okay, did it do it? Yep. There they be. So the last things we want to do, and I'm going to go back to, this is already getting longer than I'd wanted to. I talked too much before. I'll try to go faster next time. Let's see, what did I say? All right, so what we want to do is, address the difference between the percent $0 claims, the median, the average, and the percent above 500. And you see that we can put in arrows and put in the amounts and talk about the amounts here. Recommend you do that. A lot of you already did it. I did do it in the other video. Yeah, I'm going to do it now. And then we're going to call it a day. So yeah, this took about a half hour. I think if I didn't talk at the beginning for so long, probably would have been a lot faster. Okay, let's change the color of the fill to red. It could be really anything. I mean, if you wanted it to be green, you could do green. We could change the outline to typical black. Copy, paste. So I'll have another one for my average. Paste, and I'll have one for down here. So what's some of the information that I know? Well, I can go back over to my descriptives, and the median is about 1,094. So then I'll go insert comment, and median is equal to 1,094. And my average is 5191. So insert text box. Average is equal to 5191. And then down here, I could figure out what this is. And I could do that by highlighting the first row, turning it into a filter, sorting from high to low. So this is going to be the largest, most expensive claims. And there are 20 of them that are above 50,000. And so I'm going to I did this just so I get this. So 50,000. I mean, it really looks like, yeah. So 50,000. So 50,000 and 50 is the lowest one there. So I'm going to add those up. I'm going to go equal sum. I'm going to add these up. And it equals 1.9 million, I believe. What am I doing here? Trying to turn that into currency. Okay. Get rid of the pennies. And what percent is that of the total? Equal to this number divided by, go back to the descriptives, click on that. I gotta turn that into a percentage. There. All right, so that is, so, wonder if I could copy you and just bring you up here so I have something to... Okay, so when I pasted it, it was already, because it was based on an equation. If I do a paste special, I think if I do a special link, it'll do it for me. I got to turn that into percentage. There. So there's different ways to paste things, as I just showed you. All right, insert text box. So this is, 20 claims, which is 2.8%. 1949164, which is 52.4% of the total. That is a spicy meatball. All right, let's see here. Arial, where are you? That's pretty cool, bold. That's neat. I'll turn this to Arial. Well, that was a nothing text. And median. All right. So I've got all my information, and oh, these arrows aren't in the right spot though, are they? No, it was pretty close. Median is 1,000, so that's 500, so it would be about right about there. Interesting, cool stuff, right? Okay, so that's pretty much it for what we did for this week. I'd wanted you to learn to make a pretty chart and figure and add titles to it. Gosh, that looks nice too. You know, you just got to figure out what looks good. It needs to be professional looking, because you don't want them to open up and go, oh, this is not good. I mean, I wonder if they know what they're doing just looking at that. So you see, there's all kinds of things you can do here. I can make that bigger if I want. I make it smaller. I want you to play around with, like, I wonder if I could turn this into, let's see, format, access. Could I turn that into dollars? I wonder. Is there a way in which I can, oh, there's labels. don't know if that's going to work or not. It doesn't appear to have been. Maybe it's because there isn't enough room for it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, that's it.